name is Jordan. Welcome to Jordan's Art for Wellness. So this flow is very yin based. It is a true yin yoga flow. We will be holding postures for about 3 minutes. Yin can hold anything from 3 to 20 minutes. So the quick and dirty spiel about yin yoga is you will feel some weakness when you come out of a posture from holding it for that long. The way that I like to relate this is to a sponge. So as if you're squeezing that sponge or your muscle that also has tendons and bones and ligaments in there, you're bringing out all of those toxins, all of that dirty water that drained from the sponge. And then about 30 minutes after you come out of that posture, the sponge starts to puff back for your muscles and tendons and things as it flushes back with healthy fluids, nutrients, and synovial fluid, depending on what joint it is. So things like that. And just know that as you come out, it will feel a little weak, and that is completely normal. If you feel as though you need to take some movement between postures, please do. I may not cue them because a lot of this will be at the wall. It's one of my favorite flows to do when I'm feeling like completely burnt out and I've done a lot that week. So this is great to let the wall work for you. So with that said, this is a wall yin practice. So I hope you enjoy it. In order to start, we'll take our legs up the wall. How I like to do that is take my knees and hip as close to the wall as possible, scoot down so that I'm on my elbows and swing my legs up the wall. And from there, my sit bones are super close. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to be timing for you. So I'm sorry for the use of my phone in yoga, but it is to truly get those exact 3 minutes of every posture. So with our legs up, traditionally that's called draining that lactic acid. I'm going to take it to our hips. So you'll notice as we focus on different postures that we will take it down to our hips, open up the hips, and then take a nice little twist as the hips take the energy to our belly, and then we'll take a nice little twist. So with this beginning posture, you can take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. You're welcome to close the eyes, just tune into your breath. Feel the natural rise and fall of your belly. And while you're here, begin to set an intention for a practice. What brings you to your mat? Maybe you have a focus, an inner mantra. Just begin to calm your body, your mind, and let go of control. Often in vinyasa yang classes where there's a lot of movement, we want to control our breath with ujjayi breath, closing off the back of the throat and really taking some deep inhales and exhales and having those ocean-like waves roll through our body. But in yin, it's all about calmness. That feminine energy, that beautiful, cooling, light energy, let it overcome you. Let it be something you can truly surrender into your practice. A lot of stillness, a lot of calmness. Not as much of my talking, just in the beginning though. And if you have any pets, you may notice that they'll come towards you the longer you're in this practice. As your energy waves shift and the vibrations change, that's something that they're drawn to. So give them a nice little place that they can be cozy and comfy as well. Your toes are starting to fall asleep. Just find some gentle movement, pedaling out the legs, pointing and flexing the toes, finding some subtle movement if you need. Otherwise, just enjoy the stillness If you are finding that your back is too much of a curve, you can always scoot back from the wall. Just know that that's an option always in any posture we're about to come into. Begin to take the legs down the wall into a bridge posture. You can take some windshield wipers again if you want some movement. If you are feeling like your sit bones are too close to the wall, you can go ahead and scoot back. So this is just going to be a 90-degree bend here, kind of as a bridge pose at the wall. If you want to exaggerate this posture, you can find a block, gently lift up the sit bones, and sit your hips on top. So the top of your hips should be in line with the top of the block here. And some pressure will be at your shoulders. You can also take the legs long if you feel like you need that. Just really concentrating that energy down into our hip. Also taking the gentle heart opener as the weight comes down. Roll those shoulder blades down and away. Always opening up that heart. In yin practice, if you need to come out of the posture and come back in, please do. If you need to back off and find a different area where you can truly sink in and hold the posture, take some time to do that. Oftentimes we may think we can't move, we pick something and we're settled in, and that's not true. You can really find something that works for your body, re-sink in, recalibrate, and allow your body to relax once more. The second you start fighting it, the second you're losing the beauty of the posture. And if you find your mind wandering, just take that time to honor what comes up, witness, allow it to be, and just reflect, allowing it to exist, allowing it to have the space. So from here, we'll move into a figure four posture. So with our legs bent still, we'll take that right ankle across your left knee. So from here, there's a lot of places to grow. The more you have it relaxed and the shin away from your body, the less intense the stretch is. The more you want intense, or more you need more intensity, you slowly begin to walk that left heel down the wall, and that pushes your shin closer. Now again, if your sit bones and you move them away from the wall, this might be a good place to go ahead and inchworm yourself back to the wall so that you can bring that knee in even more. And then even more of a stretch would be resting your right hand into that right knee and just pressing it gently away. And again, finding a place where you're comfortable. Relax the jaw, relax the mind, relax the body. Any little muscle that may be firing, just give it a gentle reminder to let go if you notice my foot was flexed. It's nice to support the knee, but if you don't have issues with the knee, you can just let it go. This is yin, truly relaxing. And again, to reiterate about the sit bones to the wall, if you feel like your spine is rounding too much, that vertebra is digging into the wall, you can either take a blanket and lay it there to support that, or you can scoot those sit bones away. You might be just a little too close. From here, we're going to slowly begin to heel toe your left toes down the left wall. As you do, you'll take a gentle twist. You open up those arms on the exhale. Bring that right heel down. So you may or may not have your left leg lengthened or bent, whatever feels good for you. If you do have it bent, know that it will press into that right ankle and aid in the stretch here as you can push away. If you want a true supine twist here, you'll lift that left knee and take that right ankle around as if you're coming into an eagle with bounded legs, and then slowly drop. That's going to enhance the twist in the spine and lengthen along the leg. And then as always with your supine twist, look over at that right hand. You can always use a block and rest your legs or feet or however that may look for you on the block. So we brought that energy down to our hip, and now we're gently twisting it out. Three more breaths here. And then on your inhale, you'll begin to unravel, start back in the starting position, walking your legs up. So from here, we'll take that figure four, lengthening that right leg up the wall. We'll cross that left ankle across the right, making a nice figure four with our limbs. As you want to deepen the stretch, and the back of that left hip will slowly walk the right heel down the wall, just until you find your edge. Our bodies are different on the left side and the right. One side tends to be a little bit stronger. One tends to be a little bit more flexible. Just honor that difference. If you need a little bit more, you can always press into that left knee. But most importantly, just sinking in, finding your comfortable, uncomfortable, also known as the Goldilocks theory. Just finding something that's just right, an area where it's not too hot, so you're not fighting it too much, and not too cold, where you can just sink in and as if you're sitting reading a book on the couch and you feel nothing. So find that space just in the middle that's just right. So from here, we'll take 3 more breaths in this posture. And on that exhale, we'll slowly begin to walk that right ankle down the wall until our bottom of our left foot is there. We can drop down that right knee and really keep that left knee lifted up to the ceiling, a baby twist in the spine and still opening the leg. If you want to focus a little bit more on a twist here, what you'll do again is take that left ankle behind the right. And relax into the supine twist. Supine twists are great to start the day and end the day with, as it brings some suppleness back into your spine. So maybe the next time you quickly look over your shoulder, you're a little less likely to hear those pops and creaks, or even have a twinge in one of those neck muscles. Another variation too is taking that left knee on top of the right and just a baby twist even more. And just a gentle reminder to relax any muscles you may be firing inadvertently. Let them go. Let your glutes go, your toes, your core, and focus on your face. A lot of us may carry tension in our face by furrowing our brows or pressing the tongue up to the roof of the mouth with conviction. That is kind of what we learned from the Ujjayi breath. So allow that to go. Give some space between your teeth. Allow your tongue to fall back into your mouth. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And on your inhale, slowly begin to unravel and begin to walk those feet up the wall. Here's a great opportunity to take movement if you need. Maybe it's extending the legs up, give them a nice little shake as you pedal out slowly. Maybe it's windshield wipers at the wall. Just take 3 breaths to find movement if you'd like, or just enjoy some stillness. And since we spent a lot of time here opening up our hips, we'll now begin to open up the inner thighs, taking the bottom of the feet together. We'll take butterfly at the wall. So slowly begin to inhale the feet down the wall here and just begin to open up through the inner thighs. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Surrendering once more, focusing inward. It's a nice counter posture after opening up our hips to open up our inner thighs. With one hand on the heart, one hand on our belly, we're bringing focus and energy inward into our body, into our mind. So just take some time, some quiet and stillness, and honor, witness, reflect, and just be fully surrendering into this butterfly at the wall. As you continue to hold this posture, again, just notice any tension in your body and let the wall take care of you. Let the mat and floor support you. Just relax those muscles. Allow the inner thighs to relax. Take 3 more breaths here. And on your inhale, reach towards your knees and gently close them together and walk your legs up the wall. Another wonderful opportunity to find movement. We'll take wide leg at the wall, opening up your legs as wide as possible. If this is too much, you can also take a block and place it underneath your thighs in order to support some of the weight here at the knee. And it'll be less of a stretch on those inner thighs. But again, find that posture, sink into it, and we'll begin to hold for those next 3 minutes here. Allowing your inner thighs to relax, lengthen, and release. And if at any point you need to gently bend the knees, you're welcome to take that variation. Again, remember the blocks. this posture, take 3 more breaths. And on that final exhale, reach towards your knees and slowly begin to bend the legs as you walk them back up the wall. This is one where your legs and those inner thighs might feel that weakness, incredibly so. So take care of your legs, support the weight, and once you have the wall there, allow the majority of the weight to come onto that back. So from here, we're going to roll on our exhale to our right side in our fetal position. And taking one last final breath here. On your next inhale, gently begin to press yourself up. So from here, we're going to roll onto our mat into our box. Shoulders should stack over those wrists and hips stack over the knees. From here, we're going to kick the heel in towards our sit bones and walk the knee back to the wall. So our shins are parallel with the wall, and then slowly allow our belly to drop down. From here, we'll come into a Sphinx posture where our shoulder is over that elbow and our belly is firmly pressed into the mat. So in this posture, you really want to focus on pressing that belly down, but still lengthening that heart forward. So we're not really compressing to the point of pushing our lower back backwards, so we shorten that space between the tailbone and rib cage. We're still extending, but giving that natural curve in our lumbar spine. And also activating and aiding digestion as our belly is resting on our mat here. You're welcome to close your eyes, move inward, just look just out in front of you, wherever you need to. If your neck is feeling a little tight holding it up, you can always drop that chin towards the chest. Maybe take it side to side, maybe opening up the neck here. You, most importantly, finding your variation as you sink in for the next few minutes. Relax the glutes. From here, we'll take 3 more breaths before we begin to open our neck. So keep breathing. And on our exhale, we'll slowly lower down. Take your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly begin to press yourself back up, walking the knees. From here, we'll cross the ankles behind us and go ahead and have a seat. So from here, with the shoulders rolled back and away, hands on those knees. I'm going to take some neck stretches, release the tension in the neck. It's always nice to finish yin practice, especially at the wall where we're laying down. Some of that tension comes to the neck. So we're just taking time to release that. So here on the exhale, tip the chin to your chest. Let your head hang heavy. Roll those shoulder blades back and away. If you need a little bit more space, take the hands down to the floor. And on your inhale, lift up your head. Exhale, take the right ear to your right shoulder. You can gently rest your hand on top of your left side of your head as you walk those left fingertips out to your side. Really begin to get length on the neck. The further you walk your hand out, you're also lengthening the space between the ear all the way to the fingertips. You're welcome to close your eyes and just breathe. On your inhale, release your right hand down, lift up your head. And next, exhale, take that left ear to your left shoulder, left hand rests on top of the head, and walk those right fingertips out to the side, finding again some more length. Not really pressing in with your right hand, just a gentle rest. Allow gravity to help you here. And again, you can close your eyes if that feels best to you. On your next inhale, drop that left hand down, lift up the head. We'll take some movement with breath here. On your exhale, take the chin to your chest, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhale, roll through center. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. And exhale, back through center, flowing with breath 2 more times each. Coming to the right side on the inhale. Every exhale, taking chin to your chest. And inhale, taking that left ear to your left shoulder, coming back through center 1 more time. Flowing with your own breath. And exhale, meeting in center, chin to chest. Inhale, lift up your head. So from here, we're going to open up our chest into a modified fish pose. So I'll turn to the side since some of my space is a little compromised. So we'll take our blocks in a position like this. So you have a short block on the long side, and then you have a taller block resting on the shorter side of the block. So this block here is going to go just underneath the scapula. So as you slowly guide yourself down, you'll take that top block and you can rest your head on top. Now with the legs, you can either extend them straight, but I like to take a supine butterfly. So whatever works. Hopefully this is a great little side view of the lower block just between your back, shoulder blades, and this one protecting and resting your head on top. So the key about the center block is you want those shoulder blades to be able to roll over top to open up the chest. It's a modified fish pose to open up the chest, strengthen and lengthen the neck. The psoas and hip flexor here are also lengthening from where you are resting on the block and arching the upper back to the hip that's pressing down to your mat. So you can take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, or rest them by your side. If you want to grow a little bit more and you find that your neck is a little bit more open, this block can go from the side all the way on the fatter edge, or completely remove the block for the final variation, which is all the way down. Whatever works for you. I advise you, since this is our last pose before we come into our Shavasana, it's always nice to get a little cozy. So you're welcome to take the blanket that you may have and gently drape it over. It's a nice place to remind you, just recenter with your breath and take a variation that you can hold. We'll hold for several more breaths here. Three more breaths. From here, on your inhale, gently remove your block. Go ahead and lift up your head. Place the block to the side. Hands straddle the block. Go ahead and remove that center block. So from here, one of the nice things you can come back into using a wall, legs up the wall, or you can come into a traditional Savasana. Whatever works for you, I invite you to head to that place now. You can also take a block to rest your head on top. You can roll a blanket and put it on top or underneath your head for a little cushion and support, just as if you're resting. Since we did take yin practice, like I mentioned, it takes about 30 minutes for your body to truly relax and assimilate what you've done, especially after holding some of those postures for so long. So please take some time, drink plenty of water, rest, relax, and take time in your Shavasana. There's no rush. Please use this time for you for as long as you need. And when you get there, I'll give you a couple moments of silence before I close out your practice. You're welcome to pause the video as long as you need to rest into your Shavasana. But when you are ready to begin to bring some awareness back to the body, wiggle your fingers, your toes, bring some awareness to the extremities, and then slowly begin to bend those knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice little bear hug, rock side to side, moving your head in the opposite direction of your knees for a gentle spine articulation. And then roll to your right side in your fetal position. Taking about 3 breaths there, deep breaths, and just feeling your body slowly begin to aliven. And then when you're ready, joining back into seated. So my hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining me on the mat. It was an honor to guide you through your virtual flow. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and you found this lower body yin practice truly invigorating in a way that was calming and centering and opening. And I hope you have a wonderful day. My hands at third eye center, guiding force and intuition. All my light and all my love. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in to Jordan's Art for Wellness. Bye.